Hello everyone, I am Andrew Hood, and we are back for the fourth episode of the Prep Perspective. We're here with Father Kevin Schneider, and he's going to give us a quick rundown of his Jesuit formation and how it formed him as a person.
Good morning, and Andrew, thanks for the opportunity to come and visit with you and share a bit of my vocation story.
Oh, well, thanks so much for being here today. It's great to talk to you.
I was born and raised in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I'm the second oldest of six boys. I grew up across the street from our parish church, and my dad's oldest brother was a Jesuit priest, and his older sister is a Franciscan nun. So religion and Catholic life was very much part of growing up. I went to a Catholic grade school, Catholic high school. I went to Creighton University for undergrad, got a degree in finance. And after I graduated in 1982 with a degree in finance, I was applying for jobs. After I was applying for a number of jobs, I thought, I'm not hungry enough to survive in this business world. I got to do something else. So a friend and I were standing on a hill in Milwaukee, and I said to him, I don't think I could survive in the business world. Maybe I'll just join the Jesuits. And he looked at me, and his jaw dropped, and he said, where did that come from? And I looked at him, and my jaw dropped, and I said, where did that come from? I had no idea that I wasn't planning it, I wasn't thinking it. So what we did was we wrote a note to Father Dick Hauser. God rest his soul, he just died last April. Father Dick Hauser saying, Dear Father Hauser, you don't know me. I just graduated from Creighton. I'm interested in the Jesuits. Can you please send me some information and an application? Which sounds to me like I'm applying for a job. And he called the vocation promoter, who was Father Andy Alexander, and Father Andy and I talked for a while, and then he encouraged me to go talk to another Jesuit, Father Jim Gladstone. And after a couple-hour conversation and a little bit of time during the day, the next day they called me and said, would you be interested in joining the Jesuits this year? And this happened in July. So I applied for the Jesuits the last week of July. I was accepted the first week of August, and I joined the Jesuits the second week of August. I had no idea what I was doing. But because of my uncle, I kind of knew who the Jesuits were. Because of Creighton University, I kind of knew who Jesuits were. And I knew what it meant to go to church on Sundays and how to make God part of my life. So I joined the Jesuits in August of 1982, thinking, as long as it's fun, I'll stick it out, and God will tell me when I should leave. And that was 34 years ago, 36 years ago, and I'm still here, having fun, and God ain't told me to leave yet. So I joined the Jesuits in St. Paul, Minnesota. The first 2 years of formation, I did things like I volunteered at a free store where homeless people would come in and choose clothes, and I would try to present them well and talk to the people and visit with them. I studied the constitutions and the spirituality of the Jesuits and kind of really enjoyed the people I was with. I made the 30-day retreat of St. Ignatius. I did a pilgrimage to Bismarck, North Dakota, to try to work for 7 weeks without any food or place to live, just begging for it and volunteering. I helped out in a school, and the parish priest was happy to feed me once in a while. So that was a pretty cool experience. I worked in a hospital in San Antonio, Texas, translating from Spanish to English, for people who were going to get their blood drawn and talk about life issues. So those were powerful moments during the first 2 years. And then I took vows. I went to Creighton University to study humanities because I didn't take a lot of humanities in undergrad when I was studying business. So I learned about political science. I took a class on Latin. I took a class on poetry. Then I went to St. Louis University, studied philosophy for 2 years. That was hard because I'm not interested in thinking about how people think. And that's what it was for 2 years. But I met a lot of great people, and I enjoyed the Jesuits I was studying with were pretty cool guys. So it was neat, 2 years. And then I went to Marquette High in Milwaukee, and I taught there for 3 years. Regency, kind of like we have Mr. Kennedy here as a regent for 3 years. I was at Marquette High for 3 years. I taught theology, I coached football, basketball, I helped out with baseball and track, and that's when I fell in love with working in a high school. So when I went to study theology, I also kept a focus on, I went to Boston College, Cambridge, Massachusetts for Weston School of Theology, and then to Boston College to study theology with a focus on being a teacher in a Jesuit high school. I was ordained in 94, so 12 years after I began. And then I came to Creighton Prep for 1 year. I taught at Pine Ridge, South Dakota at Red Cloud High School, our Jesuit high school on the reservation, for 3 years. And I came back to Creighton Prep in 98, and I've been here ever since.